Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Horror Trans. I am Stephanie Bree, a transgender woman who discusses all things horror. And today I'm taking a look at Hellraiser 3 because apparently I overlooked this before I did Hellraiser 4. Oops. Um so I've been trying to get through the Hellraiser franchise so I can do my reviews of the films and my franchise rankings, but they're pretty difficult to watch. So it's one of those I just haven't been fully committed to, but it's coming. Hellraiser 3 is an immediate sequel to Bloodline, or not Bloodlines, excuse me. Um, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. And Hellraiser 3 starts off pretty much where 2 ended, with this rich art collector dude getting the puzzle box statue and figuring out that if he feeds it blood, it comes to life and promises him, power and riches and wealth and all that bullshit. And we have some more flashback stuff in this one, kind of, with the Cenobites. Not like what we had in in part two, where we're like they're humanized, but I guess what has happened here is the human soul of Pinhead, and I don't remember the character's name, has been separated from the Pinhead Cenobite. So the evil Cenobite is now, or the Pinhead Cenobite is now pure evil, no more human, and so he's trying to um, basically open the doors to hell to let the demons run loose on Earth, is what he's trying to do. And he'll continue this into the next movie, which I have already talked about. Um, this movie's fucking bonkers. Probably the highest body count in a Hellraiser I've seen. Maybe the highest body count in a Hellraiser period. I don't know. But a lot of fucking this is a bloodbath. A lot of fucking people die in this movie. Mostly because there's a nightclub scene where Pinhead just goes fucking bonkers, just murdering people left, right, and center. And he just turns them all into Cenobites. This movie is infamous for these shitty Cenobites because they killed the good ones in the last movie. The two most notorious Cenobites are CD Man and Camera Head. Now, Camera Head is a reference to the main character, the final girl, is a budding news reporter, television news reporter, who's not happy with the trajectory of her career because she's not getting taken seriously, and she has a cameraman who's very supportive of her. She's following so she goes to the hospital and sees this guy ripped apart by chains, and so she's following this and investigating this story about the art gallery dude. So she goes to his nightclub and just sees a lot of weird shit. Where we see the shitty DJ who will become CD Man later in the movie. And then you have a bunch of like fucking flashbacks to World War II, I believe, maybe, or maybe Vietnam. I don't think it's very clear, but okay. So I think you have some. I think it's intermixed. I think you have some maybe even World War One. I don't know. You have some weird flashbacks, and you have this girl who was girlfriend to the nightclub owner, but she left him because he was murdering people, I guess. And so you have a character who can't dream, and it gets a little Nightmare on Elm Street esque in the subplot, which is kind of like I rolled my eyes at that. I was like, "Fucking really? We're gonna rip off Elm Street now?" The franchise that was dead at the point this movie came out. So it was like, why are we fucking ribbing a dead franchise, you know? I enjoyed this movie a lot. Um, there's really nothing to spoil because I've already reviewed part 4, so fucking, they don't really defeat the evil in this movie. They just kind of sort of escape it, I guess. And I think this movie's fucking convoluted, but I think Human Pinhead is directing her dreams because he had something to do with her dad, I guess. I don't really fucking know. I've seen other people bitch about this movie, so I don't even know if it's fucking clear. What is the purpose of the fucking flashbacks? This movie's riddled with fucking flashbacks, and I hate that. If you took the flashbacks out of this movie, you got a damn good movie. As it stands, you got a little bit better than mediocre horror movie at best. It still has some fun kills. It still has the sexy stuff you're expecting from a BDSM horror film, which is exactly what this is. This one is probably the most BDSM of the franchise up to this point. So if that's what you're looking for, then you're in for a treat. Because it's actually a BDSM nightclub. Spoilers. And I don't really give a shit about the characters. The girl, she's just like fucking there, and the news reporter is like whining about she works for a fucking TV station in New York City, and she's complaining, and I'm like, bitch, that's literally every beat reporter's dream job. Shut the fuck up. Like, New York City is the market. It's the number one market in broadcasting. If you work in New York, you're at the top of broadcasting. You're on the highest rung of the ladder. There is no higher to go. Shut the fuck up. You have the best job in journalism. Literally, stop bitching. I hate it whenever I see in movies and TV shows New York reporters complaining about, no one takes me seriously. It's like they took you seriously enough to give you the number one job in the fucking country. Shut up. That really pisses me off as a journalist because, I would have loved to work in a market that I would have been fine working in Dallas or Seattle, but New York is literally the dream job of every journalist. So that pissed me off. I liked the kills. I actually liked Camera Cenobite. I wasn't impressed with CD Cenobite. I'll jump on the bandwagon. He's fucking ugly and pointless. But you don't care about these Cenobites like you do the previous Cenobites, and I know that's a big complaint this movie gets. And I'll chime in on that. Sure, it's kind of like, yeah, kind of a disappointment, I guess. But overall, it's a good horror movie. It's passable. It's not really scary, but it's fucking gory as shit. So, it's a trade-off. Once again, there's a fucking, I guess, paper-thin plot, but it's been dropped through a paper shredder, so it's like, you gotta glue it together yourself, and I don't know if it's worth the effort. I still rate this as a buy. I think it's a fun enough movie to watch, especially if you watch it as a trilogy. I think the first 4 Hellraisers are fun and fine. They're okay. They're worth owning. I'm not going to commentate on the ones after that because I haven't finished the series yet, and I'm still kind of letting them percolate in my brain because I'm a lot of what the fuck is going on moments. But at least this one was sort of trying to be a proper Hellraiser, so I'll give it credit for that. So stay cool.